So what's good, homies? It's your man, Dr. BOA. Women in this society are getting to the point where they can be bold enough and upfront enough to let you know what they do and don't like. And many of you men think women don't know what they like, but they do. They may not know what they want, but they know what they like. And one thing they don't like at all is being cold approached by some random stranger when they sit minding their business somewhere. And I know you don't believe it, but I'm going to use your own numbers to give you proof. Now, men say all the time that the odds of closing a deal on a cold approach are very low. 5 to 10% closure rate. That is very low. There is no other facet in life where we're going to accept a 5 to 10% closure rate. We may accept a 5 to 10% commission on a sale, but we're not going to accept a 5 to 10% success rate in any facet of life. You are a failure in any facet of life. If you keep that success rate up for an extended period of time, you figure out something else to do. You don't continue to do the same thing. But when it comes to approaching women, you men think that you are going to get a woman by cold approaching her. The numbers are so low because women hate it. Yes, they like the attention, but they hate to meet a man on the cold approach. That's why the odds are so low. That's why these men have you accepting that you are going to be successful if a woman asks you to her roster. We're talking about if a woman treats you like she's a pimp and asks you to her stable. And you may possibly be one of the men she calls when men on the list in front of you aren't available to her. But let's listen to this chick top it up, man, and let y'all know, man, that what I'm saying is true. And then we'll come back and chop it up on the real tip.
Come talk to you. For what? And that's why y'all be getting the game fucked up. There's that ongoing quote floating around. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Yeah, in life. Not with, especially a bitch like me. Do not shoot your shot. Fellas, listen, when you see a girl, sometimes it's best to just say she's beautiful and keep it moving. Like, you gonna let me just ignore you or just keep, like, in front of all your friends, you just like, hey, you're beautiful, or I think you fly. Thank you. I'll always say thank you. But now, you shooting your shot, and I gotta commend him for his courage, but I'm not the one. I'm really not. Like, do not try to holler at me. Don't. Just give me a compliment. If you think I'm a bad bitch, say that. Like, you fine as hell, girl. Ha ha ha. Thank you. And I keep it moving. But you thinking that I'm finna get my... Y'all got the game fucked.
Women have a one-track mind. When she's got her mind on something, she ain't thinking about nothing else. So when she's chilling with her girls, she doesn't want to be approached by you. I know you men don't want to hear that, but you have to be honest. There has to be a reason why you can approach 100 women and only get 2 out of the 100. You may get 15 numbers and only 2 of those women you end up closing the deal with. The reality of the scenario is this. Women will accept attention however it comes. Look how many women post pictures on IG and they'll accept all the comments they can get and may not respond to one. A woman can get 1,000 comments and she may not respond to one. She can get 15,000 likes on a video, man, or a picture, and she may not respond to one comment. Why? Because the validation from the attention is already gotten. So when you approach her, that lets her know that she's attractive to at least one man. But it ain't gonna get you the number. And if it does get you the number, it ain't gonna get you all the way to first base. And that's just the reality of it, man. You have to understand, brothers, that women don't like being cold approached. About 99.8% of the time. They just don't like it. They don't want it. It is not what they want. It is not what they perceive as positive. It is not what they perceive as masculine. It is not what they perceive as the type of man they want. Women want a man who they feel like is out of their league. They don't want a man who approaches them like they're the prize. She doesn't want to be the prize to you, who approaches her like she's the prize. She wants to become the prize to the man who treats her like she's an afterthought. You know this. It's funny that you'll hear this and then turn around and hear the opposite, that you should cold approach the woman. We know that this represents that you value the woman as a prize. that she's worth securing, that she's a Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstake check, that she's a jackpot at a casino, that she's the Powerball lottery numbers on your ticket. But she's not. She's a woman who's out here hoping that the way she put herself together today is as beautiful to the world as she thought it was in the mirror. She's a woman who already has enough attention where she don't need some strange guy walking up to her telling her how beautiful she is. Because she's heard it 50 times. Remember, she posted the picture before she left home this morning. So what you're seeing, 15,000 people already liked it. 500 people already liked it. That's a whole bunch of validation. The cold approach died in about 2000. It is dead. Social media killed the validity of cold approaching women. There's too much validation. They got celebrities jumping in their DMs. They got other, guys that we don't know who are successful jumping in their DMs. Women get too much attention for you to still be thinking that you're going to walk up to a woman and have success by cold approaching her. You heard the woman in the video. She said, no, do not shoot your shot. And I'm going to tell you like this. She speaks for a bunch of women who are pre-wall and confident. Right now, she still looks good enough to be going around the world, treating the world like it's an oyster, and she just plucking pearls. Now, she's at the point where there may not be a pearl in every oyster, but she's still opening oysters, finding pearls from time to time. But the time is going to come where she's going to reverse field on all of this. Y'all heard the video I did with Rebecca Lynn Pope. She was totally ecstatic. Man, this woman was over the moon. In a way, she was excited in a way that her husband probably hadn't gotten her, man, in 15 years. To just be approached by a man. But 20 years ago, she wasn't like that. Just like this chick. She ain't like that. She don't want nobody to approach her. You know why? Because she gets so much attention that she's worn out by it. And here's the thing. You're not going to cold approach a woman who's at that point where she needs to cold approach. You're always going to approach a young, attractive woman. And I'm telling you guys, it doesn't work. Stop listening to guys tell you to cold approach women. And somebody jumped in a comment and said earlier, well, young guys should approach women so they won't be afraid of them. Nobody's afraid of women. Nobody's afraid of women, but young men should not be getting used to being rejected by women. You already got to deal with rejection at school. You already got to deal with rejection when you try for a team. Y'all got to deal with rejection when you apply for a job. You got to deal with rejection when you apply for a college. You got to deal with rejection in all other facets of life. Do not go chase rejection down by cold approaching these women. Because if you're in a position, if you're in school, you're already dealing with girls. If you're in high school, you're dealing with girls. If you're in college, you're dealing with girls. And if you're not dealing with girls, cold approaching them ain't going to get them anyway. If girls don't like you, you walking up to them, introducing yourself, it's not going to make them like you. Your energy's off. You got to build your positive energy. You got to build your masculine energy. You got to build yourself into a man that a woman can't dismiss, that a woman can't pass by, a man whose energy is so strong that a woman has to at least give you a glance, maybe a double take, a smile, a stare, a lip licking, a look of wanton desire, a look up from head to toe. Put yourself in that position and you don't have to worry about being a man who deals with the rejection of approaching women who don't want you. Because here's the thing, a woman doesn't want any man to cold approach her. Celebrities shoot their shot at these women. They jump in these women DM. These women just expose these guys. Share with the world, look who jumping in my DM. You got to understand you're not going to get a woman like that anymore. They're thirsting for the validation. A woman is validated when you approach her. That don't mean she wants you. When a celebrity jumps in a woman's DM, he think he's doing something good. He's not doing anything good. He's jumping in her DM, giving her validation. She's validated by the fact that here's this famous millionaire guy that she can show the world, look who wants me. But she doesn't want him back. Social media has ruined not only the cold approach and shooting your shot at women, social media has ruined the dating game as we know it. Sites like Seek an Arrangement have ruined the dating game. OnlyFans has ruined the dating game. It's over, man. And if you're going to be in it, you ain't going to win it. because this social media validation has put the power of the dating game in women's hands. And a man has to be a stone fool to play any game that women control. Because if women control the game, it'll never be the same. I want y'all men to keep in mind, women in modern society do not like being cold approached by men. As a matter of fact, when you cold approach her, she's automatically turned off by your simp energy. 99% of the time. And are you confident enough that you're that 1% guy who pulls up in something so fly, who pulls up in fashion so expensive, who pulls up in so much jewelry and so many diamonds that the woman is in awe? Because that's almost what it takes to win at cold approaching. No man can deny it because the numbers support it. Even the best men only close at about a 20% clip. Most men close between 5 to 10%. And let's buckle that down for inflation, about 3 to 8%. That's low, homies. That is failure. The type of failure you wouldn't accept in any other facet of life. So like Shawty said in the video, don't shoot your shot. Get your money, add a little more to the pot. If you do your thing in life, and you do it right, you don't have to cold approach. Because women gonna let you know that they see you. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto.